Hello friends, welcome to our channel WaveTutorials and you are watching AngularJS full tutorial session. And also I request you to, if you have still not subscribed to our channel, then please subscribe to it and don't forget to click on that notification bell icon so that you will get the notification whenever we upload a new video on this channel. Also, if you found the content of our video is valuable, then please like the video, and in case of any query you can write a comment in comment box. So let's start with today's session. In this session, we will cover all about package.json and package-lock.json file. We will also cover what is linting, what is E2E testing, and semantic versioning of packages. So let's start with package.json and package-lock.json file. Package.json file is used to install different open source and other available packages, that is pre-packed code modules in a Node.js project. And package-lock.json file was introduced with npm version 5 as a mechanism to capture the exact dependency tree installed at any point in time. This helps with collaboration across different environments in which you want everyone fetching dependencies for a specific version of your project to fetch the same tree. So let's open Visual Studio Code. You can see package.json and package-lock.json file is placed here. So let's open package.json file. So in this file you can see the name of the project, which is ng-app, and you can also set its version here. Also in script section you can find all the scripts we require to execute the project, like ng-serve. We already used it in our previous videos. Also there are two sections, one is dependencies and another one is dev dependencies. So what is the difference between dependencies and dev dependencies? Like during our development phase, whatever the libraries we required in our development phase only, these libraries are placed in this section. And whatever the libraries we required with our production build, these are placed here. For example, this library Jasmine is used to test our function and methods. So this library is required only in development phase. That's why it's placed here. So next file is package-lock.json file. So you can see that, for example, this library require further these two libraries as a dependent libraries. The same way, if we go with the Angular CLI, so let's search it. You can see that Angular CLI is placed here, which further required all these libraries to execute it smoothly. And let's see this one, Angular dev kit architecture. Here it is. So this library is further require these two libraries. So here we can say that this file is a mechanism to capture the exact dependency tree which is required to execute this project. Now let's execute this scripts command one by one, and let me open the terminal window. First of all, let's execute ng-serve and press enter. You can see that the project is compiled successfully. Now let's terminate it and execute the next command, ng-build. This will create a development build for us. You can see that a new folder has been created here, dist folder. So this is actually a development build. So if you would like to go for a production build, then you have to type ng build --prod. You can see that now our production build is ready here. So if you notice the difference, the number of files is reduced in our production build. So in Angular JSON file, you can see the path of our distribution folder, which is this, under dist folder ng app. So you can see that ng app folder is placed under dist folder and the files, production files, are placed here. So let's execute the other command, which is ng test. Let me clear the screen first and let's execute ng test. And you can see the test has been executed successfully. So let me open the browser and open this URL. Let me adjust this window a little bit. So you can see here that out of 3, 0 test is fail, all are passed. So from where this message is coming from? Actually, when we execute the command ng test, it actually tests the component. So ng test command is used to test the component, whereas E2E is used to test the whole application. So we will discuss about this later. For now, let's check this. So let's open source folder and app. Here you can see that with a component a spec file is created. So let's open it. So it was automatically created whenever we create a component. So you can see that it contains 3 test cases. Should create the app, another one is should have a title ng app, and third one is should render title. So all of these test cases are passed when we execute the ng test cases. So let's make few changes and check and try to fail the few of the test cases. Let's change its title. So if I change its title to ng app hyphen test, save it, and here you can see that 1 out of 3 test cases is failed, which is expected ng app, but it's equal to ng app test, which is required. Also, if you notice that it's showing the Chrome browser 2 times. Actually, in my machine, I have installed 2 Chrome browser. One is Chrome and another one is Chrome Canary. That's why it's showing 2 instances of Chrome. So you can ignore it for now. So let's reset it to ng app and save it. In this page, if your title is not equal to ng-app, which is this, then this page will give you error. So let's change it by code file also. Like I make it ng app to ng app test and save it. You can see that the test is failed again. So let's reset it and save it. Now all the tests are passed successfully. So here you can see the message that total 6 success. So please ignore it because I already told you that I have installed two versions of Chrome here. So the question is why our test cases is executing on Chrome and not on some other browser. So let me show you. In karma.config.js file, it is specified that the test will execute on 9876 port number. Here you can see this, and the browser will be the Chrome browser. So you can change the port number, or you can also change the browser. So where you would like to execute your test cases. So let's close all the files. Let me terminate this by pressing Ctrl C. Let's clear the screen and execute the next command, ng-lint. So before we execute ng-lint, let's understand what is linting in AngularJS application. There is a file tslint.json is available to configure linting in AngularJS application whenever we create a new application. tslint is a package that parses your TypeScript code looking for the points that break the best practice rules. This file forced us to follow the best practice rules in our application. It comes with a pre-configured set of rules for best practices in TypeScript. So let's open Visual Studio Code and see that file. So you can see that our tslint.json file is placed here. So let's open it. So this file has few pre-configured set of rules which required for best practices in TypeScript. So first of all, let's see it in action. So let's open source file of a component, and you can see that by default a semicolon is already placed here. So let's remove it, save it, and execute the command ng-lint. So I executed the command, this command here. So let's see what linting error are shown here. So you can see that it's showing us a missing semicolon error. So where that error is? So Angular is showing us that the error is at 9:19. So what is this 9:19? Actually 9 is the line number and the 19 is the column number. So you can see that this is the 9 line number, and whenever you move your cursor you can see here it will increase the column number. Here, so here the semicolon is missing. So the AngularJS application is told us the exact error, where that error is and what is the error. So this is the new feature comes with Angular 9 and Angular 10. So where you can see the exact error message in terminal window. So let's open tslint and find out where the rule is written here. Here you can see that semicolon, its option is available always. If you make it never, then it will never check for semicolon. So let's again execute ng-lint command. Here you can see that we have received lots of error from different files, test.ts, polyfill.ts, that semicolon is unnecessary. So for now we need this, and let's revert it to always. Also the same way, here you can see that rule for quote mark is single and is marked as true. Like here we are using single quote. So if I make it false, then it will also give us error that you need to use single quote. The same way, there is another linting error. Like for example, I'm going to write a comment here. So here you can see that I give a little space in between this symbol and this text title. So if I remove it, we will not show any error. But if I execute ng-lint, this will give an error that comment must start with a space at line number 9, column 5. So let's give a space and execute the lint command again. So you can see that all files pass linting. So this is the beauty of AngularJS application, which allow you to follow the best practice rules. So let's clear the screen, close all the files, and discuss about ng E2E. E2E is also known as integration testing, which gives us a high-level overview that our application functions are working correctly. E2E tests are powered by testing library called Protector. Protector is an E2E test framework for Angular and AngularJS application and run them in browser. The test code itself is written using Jasmine. Jasmine is a testing library that provides all the utility functions needed to write unit and E2E tests. So let's open Visual Studio Code. Here you can see that we have a folder named E2E, which further contain a protector config file, which use the Jasmine framework. We already discussed it. And ts config file, which is required for the configuration of test cases. And it further contains two files where we can write our test cases. One is app.e2e spec.ts file and another one is app.po.ts file. So let's discuss about them in detail. So this file, which is actually a protector file, you can see that browser by an element is already imported from protector. So this file is fetching the text from the selector app root and then the class name and then the tag span. So it's actually a CSS selector. So let's see from where he is fetching the text. So let's open a component whose selector is app root. Then it go to the class name content and then span. So let's open HTML file. Here you can see that the class content and here is the tag span. So this function is actually getting the text written in between this span tags. Then the same method is called by the another file app E2E spec test, which is actually a file which writes all the test cases. So here there is a test written here that it should display welcome message which expect page. Page is the object of this class, which is app page. You can see here. So page dot get title text. If you go to the definition, it will go to here. So it will expect the get title text should be equal to ng app is running. So let's execute it by executing a command ng E2E. So we're executing this command ng E2E. So you can see that we have one test cases should display welcome message and it's successfully executed. So let's make some changes. So let's open the spec file and expect Angular app is running instead of ng app. Let's save it and execute the test again. So you can see that the result was expected as Angular app is running, whereas it's getting app is running. So let me open the browser, and you can see that app is showing app is running, whereas it's expecting that Angular app is running should display here. So that's why the test cases are failed. I just discussed that E2E gives us a high level overview that our application functions are working correctly. So let's move to the next topic. What is semantic versioning? Semantic versioning has three component numbers in the format of X, Y, Z. So X is the major version, Y is the minor version, and Z is the patch version. You can see here that Angular CLI has version 10.0.5, whereas 10 is the major version, 0 is the minor version, and 5 is the patch. So what is major version? So major version is backward incompatible and change its major number. The minor version comes with the new functionality that is backward compatible and increment its minor number. And patch is simple a bug fix to the existing functionality and increment the patch number. You can see here a tilde sign before 10 and there is a caret sign before 12 in type node. So there is a difference between tilde and caret sign. So whenever there is a caret sign placed before any major version, and when you are going to update your version, then it will upgrade the last two versions like minor version and patch version, and which will give you the backward compatible and the old functionality deprecated but operational. And also it includes the bug fix. So if the version contain the tilde sign, then it will change only the patch number. So let's open package.json file and see it in action. So let me close the other files. So you can see here that there is a tilde sign placed here, 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 and here, and a caret sign is placed here. So let me open the terminal window. And let's update the npm packages. For this we have to execute the command npm update. So this command will update all the patches where the tilde sign was placed. Like in this case, if any newer version comes with a patch increment, like if any version is above than 10.0.6, then this will update it automatically. And in this case, the library tslib, if any minor version is changed, then this will also get updated. So let's execute the npm update command. This will update all the packages to its minor or patch version according to tilde or caret sign. So let's press enter. You can see that our patch version has been updated to 10.0.8. So we have covered in this session is what is package.json, what are their scripts, what are their dependencies, and also the semantic version. We also checked what is linting in AngularJS application and also understand what is the E2E testing process. In case of any question or query, you can just write a comment in a comment box, or you can also write to me at WaveTutorials@outlook.com. My name is Naveen and thank you for watching this tutorial.